In the previous two lessons, you have gained some familiarity with the Drupal interface. Now, we will start with the actual project. Here, we will be creating a corporate website for a watch manufacturing company. The necessary artifacts for this project are in a zip file with the first lesson of this section. Please download and follow along hands-on with the lessons. On the screen now is a fresh and clean installation of Drupal 8.2.6, and I will log into it now. The very first thing I want to do is configure the basic settings of my site, and I will do that from this configuration tab on the main menu. If you are on a local host like me, as soon as you get on the screen, you might notice this red error message here. This is actually from a new security check that Drupal 8 performs. If you are on a local host development server, you can safely ignore this for now. This is for a trusted server setting that we will do later. Now let's observe this important page. This is the central location where you can configure a whole lot of Drupal settings, including people management, content authoring, development, user interface, and so on. For us, this system section is of interest. Click on this basic site settings link. Take a moment to observe this page now. These are all the fundamental settings of your site, like the site name, slogan, email address, and so on. This is where we will begin. This page will be pre-populated with values that you had set during installation. I will now change this site name from Learn Good to Amadeus Watch Company, which is the name of my fictional watch company for this project. Similarly for the slogan. Check once again on this email address, change it if you require. This front page is an important setting. This is where you tell Drupal what to show on your homepage. We will revisit this setting later when we have created a new page for our homepage. We don't have anything as of yet, so just leave it as it is for now. Next are these error pages. You can custom set for 403 access denied and 404 not found pages. For the sake of this simple exercise, I will not change anything for now. We are done with this page for now. Click on the save configuration button and you can hit this back to the site button on the top left when you get a confirmation message. And this is how you return from the administration screen wherever you are back to the site. A few things to notice now. As expected, the site name has changed correctly and a new slogan has come in place. Also notice that the site name appears on the browser tab title as expected. Now let's open a different browser and access the site to see exactly how your site will look for a casual visitor. You can say everything is in place. There is no front page content created yet, and this is exactly what we will do now. Return back and click on the content link on the admin menu. This is the area of the application where you can manage just about everything related to the content of your website. We don't have anything right now, so it's time to create one. Click on this add content blue button. Drupal is now asking you what type of content you want to create. There are two options that have come out of the box when you install Drupal. That is the article and the basic page. Think of this article like a news article in an online newspaper and the basic page like a web page on a website. This will be the topic for a complete section and a separate project later on. So if you do not understand this fully now, do not worry. What we want to create is a home page. So let's click on this basic page link. We are on this basic page creation screen. This is one of the very important screens of Drupal. Let's take a moment to observe this page before we do anything else. Notice that there are two logical sections here. There is a section to enter the content, the title and the body. And then there is this section here which will allow you to configure various settings of the page itself. Start with the actual content. I'm going to paste in the content that I have already created in the plain text. First start with the title and then with the body. Notice that this body text area is a complete HTML editor. If you are not familiar with these interfaces, take the time to explore them completely. That is the HTML editor. They are pretty powerful. You can actually change from a basic HTML to a full HTML text format. More about that later. I will also insert an image now just to show you how easily it can be done. Remember to always give an alt text to your images. And now it's time to make our page settings. Drupal has a very powerful versioning system built right into it. If I make any number of edits to this page after it has been saved, Drupal allows me to track and revert back to any single one of them. This allows me to revert back in the case of mistakes or for some other reason, and also for auditing purposes. I will talk about this feature in great length in this course, but for now, just keep a note of this. Next up is this menu settings. If I want, I can put this page in a menu someplace, but right now I don't want to do anything. This page should be linked from the configuration page we saw earlier, so don't do anything else here. Similarly, we have more settings for this URL path, authoring information, promotion options, all of which we will see in detail later, but for now there is nothing else. When you are all done, it is time to hit the Save and Publish button. And the page will return back with the successful message. Now, just notice the URL of this returned page. It says node/1 here. Node is an important concept in Drupal. Basically, each and every piece of content in Drupal is stored and treated as a node. More about this later in the course. This one signifies that this is the first content we have created on this page. Our home page is not yet configured. You can check that by clicking on this home link on the navigation menu. To link the home page to the page that we just created, I have to head back to the same configuration menu. Configuration, basic site settings, and now here, look at this front page section. For the default front page, I will link to the page we just created by setting the correct URL path that I showed a moment ago. I will make that now as node/1. And now when I save and return back, page that we created should be set as the home page or the front page. Let's check that. And yes, this is showing up perfectly for now. Let's quickly check this on a different browser to see how this shows for a casual visitor. It's looking good, except that I do not want this page title to show up for the home pages. It looks like a repetition. I want just the title here to be hidden. And it is possible to do this. I will return back. I will make the title block disappear with a quick edit. Scroll down and I will make the region of the page where this title appears and make it as none, meaning that it will not show up. Great, it's not showing now. A quick look at the other browser. Keep an eye on this title, refresh, and you can see that it is not visible anymore. Now, there are still some things about this page that need to be changed. For example, this official Drupal logo is showing up, and the site's fav icon needs to be altered. I also want to change the branding colors of the site. And all of these can be done from the appearance section of Drupal. For the sake of lesson brevity, I am going to end this lesson here and continue in the next. In this lesson, we learned about the site's basic configuration, and then we created the first content node, which we then configured as the home page. See you in the next lesson.